In SEO, we always try to get more traffic to websites, but ultimately it's really about leads and sales coming through, not so much about traffic in most cases. But how do you actually get this traffic that comes to your website, then converts, turn into a lead, turn into a sale? In this video, I'm going to show you a very helpful scheme that's going to help you streamline all your thoughts around your website's marketing and your business marketing in general. You're going to see this is a really easy 9-step process, and we're going to dive into it right now. My name is Gert. I'm the founder of SEOleverage.com, an agency that doesn't only focus on SEO, but also SEO that actually gets leads and sales for our clients. And we're getting thousands of leads every month for our clients through SEO strategies. So if you're interested and want to learn more, head over to SEOleverage.com and find out what we're doing there. So first of all, I want to point you to Successwise.com. This is Alan Dibb's company. Alan Dibb is the best-selling author of the One-Page Marketing Plan book. You can get this book on Amazon, and I definitely recommend reading this book because it's going to change the way you think about marketing in general and about business in particular. We had the pleasure to work with Alan Dibb and his amazing team for a while. Big shout out to the team here as well. And he's a really smart entrepreneur who has figured a lot of things out. So if you have trouble checking out how your marketing should be working, definitely watch this video and also head over to Successwise.com to check out the material they offer. I have a lot of free content out there that's really helpful, and definitely check out the blog section. The articles are amazing. So let's jump directly into the One-Page Marketing Plan canvas. So you can download this for free from Successwise.com's website. I have it open here, downloaded it already, and we're going to jump right in. So this is the first part of the canvas. The canvas has 3 different parts. We're going to check out each of them. First of all, this is the before section. So here you can say this is really a one piece of paper that is going to structure your thoughts around marketing and also your marketing actions in a very actionable, easy way. You can type in directly what you're going to do in each section, and this makes this PDF really, really actionable. Before, middle, or during, and after sections really structure the life of a customer in your company. So for example, we're going to check this out in our case, for example, from SEOleverage.com. First of all, we need to have a very clear understanding of our target market. We know that we work very well with Shopify stores. We know we work really well with membership sites, with coaches, consultants, and the likes. And we have a few B2B companies on the bigger end. We were working with Regis, we were working with Comms Choice, and Next Telecom, and bigger names. So we definitely have our targeting clear. We know who we can serve in a very good way, who we can get outstanding results for. And this is where you want to define who are you actually talking to. A lot of businesses do it the other way around. A lot of businesses come up with a product and then find a client for them. The recommended way is find someone who exists, who you can talk to, and then adjust the product you have or create a product for them in order to sell it to them. So the target market is where you want to just be really, really clear that you know who you're selling to and not make the mistake of trying to go too broad. It's easier to get broader after you have nailed one very specific niche among your target market. You don't want to go too broad. People think they're missing out, but ultimately they are diluting the efforts. Once you're clear about your target market, you want to know what the messages you want to get out there. For us personally, as SEOleverage.com and a SEO agency, the message is that SEO is a continuous effort. We have our Erica framework. We want everybody to know that there is this Erica framework. We have published a book about it. We know how this works. We know that it gets amazing results, and we know that it streamlines the efforts so you don't focus on the wrong things. So we have a very clear message that's tailor-made for the target market we have defined in the first step. Now, the third part of the before section is the media I will use to reach my target market. And this way it goes back to the first square in my head, really, where I say, once I define this target market, or I need to define a target market I can actually speak to. It doesn't make sense to try to create a business for someone really remote who you have no way of targeting. They are not going to find you just because you're so great. They're going to have their own way of doing research. So you really want to have someone who you can target, who you can talk to, who you can establish a communication channel to, someone who you can follow on social media, reach out by email, etc. This should be your target market. If your target market is 90-year-old people in an elderly home, the media you use to reach them might be trickier than if it's 35-year-old women that usually are hanging out on Facebook. So just be really, really clear about how you are going to reach your audience. This doesn't have to only be one channel. This can be multiple channels. So the people very often these days are on one of the social media networks, at least. They very often are on YouTube. They might be reading blogs. Just define how you're going to engage with your target audience so they can get your message. And then the first step is really defined.
So these are the steps that happen before someone actually gets closer to your brand. What do you think about those? Are you having those in place? Do you think you can do better with these steps? It's really the scheme everybody follows if you think about it. And once you know how to reach those people and get them into your ecosphere, it's going to be a lot easier to move forward.
The second part of the one-page marketing plan is all about leads. Leads, just very, very quickly, are mostly defined as a name and email address, or at least an email address you get in exchange for something. You definitely have seen that you can download an ebook, opt in for something. Even this one-page marketing plan is behind a so-called opt-in, where you type in your email address and then they send you the one-page marketing plan by email. So this is what we call a lead capture system. There's usually a software behind it that manages all this. We, for example, are using a software called ActiveCampaign for this. Entreport is a different solution. Go High Level might be one. There are a lot of solutions out there that offer you the chance to present a form to your audience on a website, and where they fill out this form, they're then going to get a certain number of emails, or at least one email delivering the actual content you want them to deliver. So this is where essentially, once you have been through the first phase and you know how to reach those people, now you're going to try to bring those people to become a lead. A lead is really an entry in your mailing list, in your CRM, nothing less, but nothing more, just an entry in your database, but then you need to nurture those leads. And what this means is that if you opt in for something today, you might be quickly forgetting about this brand unless they send you additional communication. So very often, if you opt in for something, or if you download our book, for example, on our website, our Erica book, it's for free for download there. You can also get it for Amazon. From Amazon, you're going to get a series of emails we think are helpful in order to understand the book, in order to understand the methodology. This would be a nurturing system. This is where we tell you more about certain concepts. This is where we tell you how to implement the book. This is where we give you additional advice. And essentially, all these emails need to be valuable. The nurturing system might not only be an email sequence, might also involve some remarketing banners, etc., that bring you into the right state of mind to slowly get closer and closer to an actual sale. The sales conversion strategy is definitely not an easy part, because it means to prepare someone who actually only wanted to have something for free and opted in for a free PDF, slowly move them up to a level where they are ready to take action and actually make a purchase. Ultimately, if leads never purchase, they're useless, but the purchase cycle can be very, very long. We know that people are following us for months, sometimes years. We just had someone reach out to us after listening to me on a webinar a year ago. So things take time. People are going to consume the information if they stay on your mailing list. So whatever triggers them then to take action is a good conversion strategy, probably. So you want to track what kind of emails do they receive and when do they actually take action. This might be an offer. This might be a very quick email if they're still interested. This might be an email where you say, look, I'm seeing you're not clicking on anything. We're going to remove you from the mailing list. All kinds of strategies are valid that move a lead upwards in the sales process. So you want to have a sales conversion strategy defined. In our case, very often people who download our PDFs or our book are then at some point getting a quick audit from us, so they can test our services, can get in touch with me on a one-on-one call, and we then figure out what the best way moving forward is to work on their SEO and actually leverage SEO as one of their marketing channels.
In the middle phase, it's really all about keeping those leads close, nurture them, and slowly prepare them for what's coming. What's coming is getting them ready to take action, ready to take the next step, ready to purchase one of your products or services, and then be a happy client.
Now, this is something I really want you to understand and embrace, and I'm going to tell you why. The journey isn't over when someone made a purchase. You just have a client that actually took out their wallet, took out their credit card, made a purchase because they trust and like you enough to give you a chance. But actually, this is where the actual story starts. This is where you need to make sure that they have the best experience possible. You want to make sure that they purchase more things in your store. And you want to make sure that they talk well about you, that they become so-called ambassadors for your brand. Here is how we think about it at SEO Leverage. The first class experience is just really in the focus, I think, in everybody's head here in my team and in mine first and foremost. We really want to provide the best service. We refine the product all the time. We refine the onboarding process. Every single email that goes out is something we have discussed. We have discussed what's the customer situation at this point. How should we react? How can we engage with the customer? How can we ask them when we need something? Everything is really refined, and we constantly tune this communication process and also the deliverables. Every report, is this actionable enough? Do they know what to do? How do we need to describe what needs to be done? How can we make sure that they understand why this is important without going too much into detail? How can we refine our application to make sure it supports our client's process? It's just always every single day topic of our discussions here. And this ultimately, clients appreciate this when they stick with us for years, that we just try to even always be better than we were on the last day. So this is definitely something absolutely in the center of our work here. The next one is to increase the customer lifetime value. The customer lifetime value means everything they spend with you while they are a customer. And this just really increases with time. I once had a client for 16 years straight. They renewed their agreement every single month, over 16 years until I had to leave the project. They still wanted to continue. And the lifetime value of such a customer is really incredible. So try to get away from this one purchase mindset, and the first purchase already needs to make the profit because the client might not come back, and embrace a mindset where you can, where you know that customers, when they are happy, when they make the first purchase, they see everything is perfect. They have the best experience possible. They have a great product. They have a very competitive pricing and great customer experience, and they just want more. They want to stay. They want to stay for more. They want to purchase more often. If you have a Shopify store, they just use you as the main distributor for certain types of products in this industry. And then what this is going to provoke is that they are by themselves already going to talk about you. They're going to talk about their experience. They're going to talk about which results they got with you. And this is where most of our clients actually come from. This is really recommendations from existing clients who are getting great results and have a great experience and love the framework, love the process. And they then tell about us to their friends, and discussions with their friends ask how their website goes. They say, look, we're working with this great SEO agency. It might be worth checking them out. It could help you as well, etc. A lot of this happens automatically, but there are also ways and strategies how you can stimulate referrals. There are referral programs. You can reach out to your clients and say, look, one of those months could be free if you bring in another client for us. So there are strategies how you can stimulate your clients becoming ambassadors for your brand. But definitely the first part that you need to nail is really to deliver an absolutely amazing experience and just strive for improving every single day.
I'm always laughing when someone tells me about their funnel and it really ends with the purchase. Actually, the good stuff starts once they have made the initial purchase. There is such a strong value in a customer lifetime value. I have had clients for 16 years straight purchasing from my agency month after month, year after year. And it's incredible the lifetime value that you can accumulate with a very happy client. In contrast, many people and agencies out there only focus on the first purchase and they're leaving a lot of money on the table. So with this scheme, you now have the before, during and after phases lined up. Alan Dibb has done an amazing job lining this up. I strongly recommend you read his book, The One-Page Marketing Plan. We're going to put a link down below. And absolutely try to apply this. It's going to take you 20 minutes to fill this in for your company. You're going to see which parts you're missing, which parts you can do better on, and you're going to have a structure across your entire marketing funnel that's not only simple but actionable. If you like this video so far, give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. We put a new video like this out every single Thursday, so stay tuned, subscribe to the channel, and check out what other videos we have here that might be helping you grow your business.